Hello folks, welcome to the canal channel Jose. Today we're going to show you or give you an idea how we keep creatures out of our property. We were talking about anything that crawls in the ground and you don't want it into your property. We're going to show you a method that it has worked really good for us. We're using like chicken wire, but it's a 1/4 inch holes, and this is a 3 feet tall roll. And then what we're doing is we're digging along our existing fence. We're digging about 4 to 5 inches deep opening, but we're going to show you how we do it. And this is the most efficient way we have kept anything that crawls in the ground, especially snakes. If you don't want snakes on your property, this is a really good method to keep them out of your property. And we're going to show you how easy it is to install and efficient. And once you install it, you don't have to worry about giving it maintenance. You just keep it, you just check for any holes around that the gophers have done, and you just fill them up. But this is wire, this is metal, so this is really hard to penetrate. So I have seen some products out there that they tend, or they claim that they keep snakes away and all sorts of creatures, but to be honest, I don't trust them. I want to go with the actual fence, and this is what we're doing. Now we're going to show you what we mean by doing this and how we do it. Okay folks, so this is where we're installing. We're going to install our roll, and this is the roll we have right now, and we're going to show you how fine these holes or openings are. This is a 1/4 inch. As you can see, it's really small openings, and this will stop pretty much anything that is bigger than a 1/4 inch, and pretty much everything is 1/4 inch or bigger. So we have continue our digging, which is about 4 inches deep, and we go along to the previous wire that we have installed. This is where we stop, and everything else is dug in and is covered by dirt. So as you can see, it's underneath by 4 inches. So you go down 4 inches, and then you have this wire which is 3 feet tall, and it's gonna give you a good amount of wire so nothing can crawl up and come through. So we have done about 150 feet or more of roll of this wire, and then this is the best method I have found to stop anything that crawls, especially snakes, and you don't want a rattlesnake or anything in your house. So this is the best way to do it. So we have a previous fence. You can actually do it in your property. If you got a really big property, you can do this in a smaller diameter, and you can use others like wood sticks to make a small fence, and then you can have a little gate to go into your actual big property. So we're gonna continue here. We're doing it because we have not much. We're doing all the property because we want to be able to play around here, and especially when you got wood piled up like that. So we want to be able to feel safe, at least decrease the danger. So we're gonna continue and show you how we do it. So this is what I mean, folks. Along the fence, the previous fence, I just keep digging about 4 inches deep. You can go a little bit deeper, and if you don't want to use that much depth, you can always fill it in. So 4 inches will be good, because that way anything that tries to make a hole below, it has to dig 4 inches or more, try to cross the wire. So that's what we're gonna be doing. So this is what we mean by digging along the fence to throw the other wire. This is where we ended up in the past, or the last roll. So we're gonna secure this towards the chain link fence with wire, pieces of wire. This is gonna be our zip ties, and because we don't want to use zip ties because they dry out and there's so much of it to cover, we want to make sure that this is gonna be secure. So we're gonna be cutting little pieces and then wrapping it around the chain link fence, and then twisting it and making it a secure point. So we'll show you what we mean by that. About what we got right now. like chicken wire, is a 1/4 inch wire. So we're gonna unroll it all along the fence, and then we're gonna stand it up and then secure it to the fence. And then we might have to cut some at the end because it's not gonna go through, so it's gonna be long. So hopefully it's longer than shorter. So with that, let's unroll it. So now that we have unrolled our wire, we're gonna stand it and fit it into the crack or the opening that we did, and then we're gonna start attaching it to the fence with just some a wire just to keep it standing. And then we're gonna come back and then we're gonna start stretching it and fitting it well. So at this point we just want to make it to stay against the chain link fence, and we start at this end where we ended on the previous one, where this is where we start, and then we start stretching it away from it, so we fit it as tight as we can and as well fitted into the group. So we'll do that. Okay folks, so now that we have got it against the chain link fence, and we kind of fed it into the groove that we have dig out about 4 inches deep. So now it's really hard to work this wire when it's laying down and then trying to tug it against so you gotta get it all against it, and then you start working it from one end and start tugging it in and then adjusting it to the chain link fence once it's standing, so that way you kind of stretch it away and you don't work the twist and the stretch at the same time. You just work that stretch. So with that said, that way we can continue the same pattern that we have from the previous wire. So we're gonna continue right along this side, and then we're gonna show you how much is tucked in underneath once we get this area a little bit more tucked. So we're gonna show you, it's gonna be a little hard to show you, but we're gonna try. This is the groove that we have dug out, and this is the bottom of the wire right about where my fingers are at the end. So how much depth it is, so from the bottom to where the flush of the dirt might be to where I bend a fist, so from my finger to where I make a fist, that's about the length of the depth of this area. Other areas might be more shallow because of the dirt that is not even and it's not flat surface completely. I got low points and high points, so some parts I have to dig out more because I knew it was higher ground and the wire will be touching the bottom. So as you can see, we started all the way over there and we came around, and then this area is already covered up, but we're not gonna cover this up until we secure it towards the fence. So some folks are gonna be how you secure your wire to the fence. So what I'm be doing is I make these little U-shaped wire pieces, and this is for the top. And what I do, I get the wire and I pass it from the back to the front like this, and then I just close it by hand a little bit, and then I grab my pliers and I start twisting it so it crushes both wires against each other. So this is how I secure the wire, the 1/4 inch wire, to the chain link fence. And then you're gonna be, well, how you secure it in the middle where you can get your hand behind it. Well, this is what I do. I grab my wire, I make a sort of a hook like this. I get the wire close to the other wire, I put it through, and then I flip it around, and then if it comes through the wrong hole, I just close it a little bit, and then it comes through, and then it grabs just one part of the wire. So then I just close it a little bit by hand, and then I twist it, and don't twist it too far because you might snap it, and then you cut the excess, and that's how I secure to the chain link fence where I cannot put my hand behind it. And well, folks, when you're putting the securing the wire to the chain link fence on this method, we are putting about 14 inches or 12 inches above in the top, and then in the middle we're putting it here and there just to keep it against the fence, and then on the bottom we put along the bottom too about 14 inches, so if some creature tries to dig and push the wire away, they can, because the chain link fence is going to be holding it as well. So you want to use this kind of wire. They sell it by the rolls, and like I said, this is to protect your property from unwanted visitors, and this is a really effective. We haven't had any issues since we started putting this wire. We had no visitors that we didn't want. This is to minimize the headaches and the risk of a bite from a snake. So I want to give you a point of view of the final product. This is being covered with dirt now, so there's about 4 or 5 inches below the dirt, into the dirt. And then look at this. Can you imagine how many animals or creatures can crawl through here? But if you got this is a physical barrier that you're gonna stop everything down to a 1/4 inch, and everything is covered with dirt now, and we're gonna put some more dirt so it builds up. Well, folks, this is an idea or a method that we use. There's stopping unwanted visitors into your house, especially snakes and all that sorts of creatures. So if you like this video, give us thumbs up, share it, and we'll see you soon with more videos here in el canal El Chano Jose.